Okay. It is almost 2 o'clock in the morning where I live, but I must discuss the Kate Steinle affair. Now, before I begin talking about that, I would like to acknowledge a person. We have, I was talking to someone I follow on Twitter. I was looking at her tweets, and she was heartbroken about Kate Steinle, Kate's life important, so heartbroken with this tragedy. And the other day she tweeted out something else about what's going on in this world. Now, this young lady is a 17-year-old celebrity who lives in California. And I retweeted her, and I said something in the retweet, and she liked it. And I responded to her earlier about this, and I thought I was making this video. And I said she's a celebrity, she's a young person, and she's in California. There's hope. Okay? I am the first person to scream at Californians for being stupid, celebrities for being stupid, young people for being stupid. So when I see a young person that has the ability to use their mind, I have to acknowledge that. And this young lady will not be able to vote until 2019 because of where her birthday falls. But it is refreshing to know that there is a young celebrity in California that has the ability to use the brain that God gave her. Now, to put that into perspective, I have a friend 2 months older than me, the college professor, okay, who has a master's degree, okay, college professor, business owner, okay. She believes whatever her party tells her to believe, no matter what it is, literally. Okay, and here's a young person who's half her age, who is still working on a high school diploma, and uses the brain. That friend from college, from high school rather, I was online talking about this affair with several times, a couple of her friends. One of her friends said the problem with Kate Steinle is we need more gun control. Okay, I can't dignify that with a response. Another friend was talking about Bronxville. Bronxville is a small town which is right outside of Yonkers. It is a very, very small village. They have their own police department, but they borrow from the Eastchester Fire Department. Okay, now she said, she gave an example, like a hypothetical example. It's too expensive, it's too costly for them to hold an inmate in, say, the Bronxville jail. There is no Bronxville jail. They have to use a county jail. It's too expensive to hold an inmate in the Bronxville jail and wait for the feds to come and pick them up. It's so much easier to let them out. And I said, okay, so tell Kate Steinle's family, this is several months ago. Okay, so tell Kate Steinle's family that it's too expensive to keep someone in jail for 2 days. And when they kill someone, tell that family, oh, well, we had to save money for them out of jail. Okay? And these are people in their 30s with college degrees. One of those people is actually a lawyer. In fact, her friend, who's a lawyer, said, you don't have to, jail doesn't have to follow a federal detainer. Okay? This is a lawyer. Okay, where's the leadership coming from, guys? Okay. Now, you have an individual. I will not say this individual's name, and if you type their name in the comments, I will remove the comment. I do not want their name on this video. You have an individual who invades this country, commits a felony, is sent to prison and deported, and they go, this invasion, conviction, deportation, revolving door happens several times over and over and over and over and over again. Okay? And they are in federal prison. And the San Francisco jail calls the federal prison and says, may we pretty please with sugar on top have this inmate because we want to try him for this crime. Okay, fine. Now, in the penal system, and this goes out with all law enforcement, you have the city, outranked by the county, outranked by the state, outranked by the federal government. When the lower level facility, the county jail, wants an inmate from the federal prison, the county jail must say, "May I pretty please with sugar on top have this inmate transferred to me?" Because the county jail is below the federal prison. And the federal prison will say, "Yes, we will give you the prisoner." Now, when the reverse is true, when the prisoner is in the county jail or the state prison, and the federal prison says we want him, the federal prison will send a federal agent to the county jail, and that federal agent will say, "We will take him." Okay? So when you want someone out of a facility that outranks you, you ask. When you want someone out of a facility that does not outrank you, you tell. Okay? So they transfer him from the federal prison to the county jail. And then I don't know what happened. Did the DA decide to drop the charges? Was there not enough evidence? But for whatever reason, the DA did not indict. Okay. Now what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to pick up the phone, call the federal prison, and tell the federal prison, "We asked for this prisoner, but the DA does not want to press charges. Do you still require this prisoner?" "Yes, we do." And the county jail is supposed to hold the prisoner, and the federal prison is supposed to send a federal group of agents to pick the prisoner up and bring the prisoner back to prison for trial, deportation, whatever. Okay, now, throughout the entire United States, there is the extradition treaty. That means wherever you are in the United States, all states, cities, counties, regions are required to comply. So, if an inmate is in jail in New Mexico, they take fingerprints, they take photograph, they take sometimes DNA, and they input it into, quote, the system. And if the system gives them a, quote, hit that the prisoner is wanted in Alabama, the jail is required by law to call the state police of Alabama and say to the state police of Alabama or the Attorney General of Alabama, "We have this inmate. What are you trying him for? He's wanted in Alabama for shoplifting." "Okay. Well, we got him in New Mexico now. We're charging him with quadruple homicide." "Okay. Put him on trial for quadruple homicide first in New Mexico, and if he's found not guilty, then we'll try him for shoplifting in Alabama. If he's found guilty, you can keep him in the prison." Okay? But they have to communicate. If the prisoner is an illegal immigrant, they're required to call immigration. Immigration will then pick the prisoner up and bring the prisoner to a deportation hearing. A deportation hearing has a judge and a lawyer. You're given a lawyer. And the judge will say, "You came here illegally, why should I let you stay?" In this case, the judge will say, "You came here illegally and we found you in jail, why should we let you stay?" Okay? But that's what has to happen. Now, sanctuary cities, sanctuary counties, okay, they flat out say, "I don't agree with that." Okay? Now, imagine if we all could exempt ourselves from the law by saying, "I don't agree with that." Imagine if I got a bottle of vodka and I drove down the highway drinking the bottle of vodka, and a state trooper pulled me over and said, "Sir, it is against the law for you to drink vodka while you drive." And I said to the state trooper, "Fuck you, pig, I don't agree with that." Or imagine if you beat the shit out of your wife because she wouldn't make the bed, and the police came to arrest you and you said, "I don't agree with that." Okay, I can magically say, "I don't agree with that," and by magic, I'm exempted from the law. Because that's what's going on. The city, the county will say, "I don't agree with that. Therefore, I'm not going to cooperate. And not only am I not going to cooperate, I'm going to make it more difficult for you." Example, the sheriff of San Francisco County, or the San Francisco County Jail, flat out opened the cage and let this piece of shit out of the jail, knowing he was wanted by the federal government. I don't agree with that. Okay, now several weeks later, it was July 1st, 2015, so it wasn't like the next day, he shows up at a pier, which is a very popular destination. Okay, and there was a gun stolen from a federal agent's car. Did he steal the gun, or did someone else steal the gun or lose it and he find it? Draw your own conclusion. So, he has his gun. The gun is a 6-hour P229 in .40 caliber. I never live fired one, but I did dry fire it, and I did look up the stats on it in lieu of this incident. The SIG P229 .40 caliber double action, single action has a 10-pound trigger pull and the firing pin block and another safety in the hammer, so that if the hammer falls by accident without the trigger being pulled, the gun will not go off. I guess you could kind of call it like a transfer bar or whatever, but whatever. Long story short, it is scientifically impossible for this thing to go off by, quote, accident. Go off by negligence? Yes. Accident? No. This is not a movie, okay? This is not in True Lies when Jamie Lee Curtis drops the Uzi and the Uzi falls on the stairs and kills all the terrorists, but not Arnold. This is reality, okay? Now, surveillance cameras got some shots. Eyewitnesses got some things when they testified in court, okay? One version is that he stepped on it and it went off. Bullshit. Another version is he was hunting seals. In California, you cannot wear shoes without socks, okay? California dictates every aspect of life, okay? They tell you how much this has to go in that, okay? They dictate everything to you. So I have to believe that somewhere in California's long penal code, it says it's illegal for you to hunt seals with a handgun in a crowded pier, okay? So he was hunting seals because the seals are on the pier and, you know, they walk around a lot. They go shopping there. And he shoots at the seal, but he misses and hits the case down. Okay, whatever. Now, he kicks the gun away into the bay. It has to be recovered later, and he flees the scene. His attorneys argued like fucking crazy. They were like, well, he kicked it because he was afraid of it. He ran away because he was afraid. I mean, it's excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse. Now, we have several problems here. Number one, even though it's mostly handled by the state government, it is a federal crime for a convicted felon to touch a gun, period. It is a federal crime for an illegal alien to touch a gun, period. Okay? And reckless endangerment. Reckless endangerment is another way of saying you did something that was so stupid, that you had to know that someone was going to get hurt or perhaps be killed. Example, if I throw a rock onto the highway, okay, if I'm driving down the highway in the wrong direction, 100 miles an hour, okay, if I'm setting off, you know, 1/4 of dynamite and I'm throwing them at a playground, okay, it is so fucking stupid that the average person, and average is not a San Francisco juror, would say, yeah, you hurt someone like that. That is reckless endangerment. That's a felony. So you got 3 felonies right there. Okay, now, Murder typically means you kill someone for evil. Okay? Manslaughter. Manslaughter typically means two things. Either A, you're very angry and in a blind rage you lash out and someone dies. Okay, so if you walk into your bedroom and you see your wife giving your best friend a blowjob and you go crazy and hit him in the head with a lamp, that's manslaughter. Because in your blind rage, you killed someone. Another example of manslaughter is you're committing reckless endangerment, like twirling a gun around and twisting it and turning it and flipping it and flopping it, and it goes off by accident and you kill someone. And the witnesses there said he was twisting it, turning it, flipping it, flopping it, blah, 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 blah. Okay? But in order for that gun to go off, his finger had to go into the trigger guard and had to apply 10 pounds of pressure back. Okay. Now, felony murder. You committing a felony. And as a direct result of you committing a felony, anyone dies. Example. In America, your first 2 drunk drivings are a misdemeanor. Your 3rd drunk driving is a felony. So if you're driving drunk for the 3rd time and you kill someone, that is felony murder. Committing a felony, someone dying. If you and your friend are committing a robbery and a police officer kills your friend and the killing is justifiable, that's felony murder. Because even though the police officer killed your friend and even though it was justified, someone still died as a direct result of your felony. So if anyone dies as a direct result of your felony, period, that is felony murder. Felony murder is a 1st-degree homicide charge, and it is punishable by death in some states. Yes. So now you've got at least 3 or 4 felonies going on, and someone dies. The jury said that he was found guilty of felon in possession of a firearm. Okay, well, if he's guilty of a felon in possession of a firearm, that by definition brings us to 1st-degree felony murder because he committed a felony, someone died. But that was the only charge they brought home. And they were not properly informed about him being a felon, not properly informed about him being an illegal immigrant, and that is relevant. See, if your past criminal record is relevant to the current trial, the prosecutor should bring it up. Okay? Him being an illegal immigrant has everything to do with this case because being an illegal immigrant, he's not allowed to touch a gun. Him being a convicted felon, not allowed to touch a gun. Okay? So, but this is just California, San Francisco. Okay? San Fran, LA, and New York City are the only 3 cities in the world that would come to this conclusion. Okay? I mean, please. But the good news is the federal government is taking possession of him again, and they're going to charge him on their level. The 6th Amendment says you're not allowed to be charged for the same crime twice by the same municipality. The federal government can legally charge you on their level for these crimes. They can. And they can also add other charges. But the most disgusting part of this was not the lawyer with the gray hair, the lawyer with the brown hair. The lawyer with the brown hair said, "This is the vindication of all immigrants." Okay. My mother's mother was born here. My mother's father was born in Germany. My mother's father's parents were born here. And my father's entire family, post-grandparents, great-grandparents and up, were born in Italy. I am a 4th-generation American. I am the product of immigrants. Okay? I serve an immigrant community. people I work with are primarily Hispanic and some black. Now, the black families I work with have been here longer than I have. With one exception, I have a mother who's born in Ghana. The Hispanic people I work with, most of the adults are born in South America, preferably Mexico. And most of their kids were either born here or came when they were very, very young. Okay? They are the most law-abiding people. They are the friendliest people. They work. They pay their taxes. They send their kids to school. Even though they speak English, even though they speak Spanish to each other, they speak English to me. Okay? They teach their kids to obey me as an authority figure. I have put my safety in danger for them on several occasions, and I will several more occasions. I've saved many of their children from being physically harmed. I've saved some of their children from being killed. And I even saved some of the adults from being killed. Okay? The 3 adults I saved were Spanish from being killed. The 9 kids I saved from being killed, 7 out of them were Spanish. Other 2 were black. The unborn baby who I saved from being killed in his mother's womb, I saw him and his mother the other day. They're Hispanic. Okay? They are people that come to this country the right way and respect our laws and teach their children to respect authority and work and pay taxes and send their children to school. Okay? To compare them, and my family too, you motherfucker, to compare them to a foreign invader, okay? A foreign invader who shot an unarmed woman in the back in front of her father, you fucking scuzzbucket, okay? That is an insult to my family, and it is an insult to the families that I serve. Okay? Because the people that I serve, they would never shoot an unarmed woman in the back in front of her mother, in front of her father, I'm sorry. Okay? And I spoke to a couple of those people about this in between. You know, I had a couple of moments to speak to a couple of, one was a white adult, one was a black adult male. Both of them were outraged by this. Okay? If you're not outraged by this, you're stupid. Okay? And San Francisco politicians, okay, may her ghost haunt you forever.